So I thought I'd do SummerSlam now, just because I knew I'd get lazy if I didn't do it right now. It's approximately 3:57 in the morning in London, UK. I'm bringing you, it's your boy Chidstar in effect, rolling down, basically giving you SummerSlam from the LA Staples Center, West Coast. Yeah, it kind of was the show I expected it would be, with no real swerves or surprises. I suppose it was a bit disappointing, I guess, in the sense that I expected a little bit more. Probably everyone that won should have won, or you can make a case that even if you didn't necessarily, even if you were hoping for the other person, you could see why they went that way. And that was pretty much the theme of the show. I'll kind of just roll through the match card. Match opened up with the IC title, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. In short, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler won it. Decent match, you know. Crowd were alright. I don't think they were amazing, but I thought they were alright. They were right behind Ziggler here, though. Right behind him. At one point, chanting to Miz, "You can't wrestle," which, to be fair, I know Miz gets a lot of stick. The guy is a decent worker. Is he the best worker in the world? No. But he's a decent worker. And, you know, I think he allowed Ziggler to shine. I thought it was a good booking decision. I didn't really mind who won. I'm not a massive Dolph guy, apart from the fact that he can sell. But, you know, which I like the fact that he can sell well. But other than that, I'm not an internet suck on his nuts type guy. I don't, you know, he's alright. So I don't really mind who won this. I thought it was an interesting decision that Dolph won, actually, because I actually would have put Miz. I didn't get around to doing a prediction show, but I would have went with Miz had I done one. So fair play, I would have been wrong there. The next match, I can't even remember what the damn next match was. Rusev and Swagger, I think was the next match, and what was initially billed as a flag match, except you didn't really see the flags until the end, and obviously at the beginning. There was nothing to represent. I thought a flag match was, the whole point of a flag match was your opponent had your flag behind them, and then vice versa, and you're meant to get the flag of the other opponent. You're meant to get your flag. So essentially, you're going through, it's like battleships, if you like, except you can see where the fuck you're going. So I didn't really understand why they kept calling this a flag match. It was what it was. Crowd were into it. I was surprised how into it the crowd were. They were pretty into the match. To the point where I was beginning to think, oh, maybe you could potentially find a way for Rusev to lose, but I suppose you're not going to have Rusev tap out. The interesting thing is, Swagger didn't tap out. Swagger was the one that lost. He passed out to the Accolade, which I thought was interesting. So I don't know if this feud is going to continue, because I know out of the two they're trying to build up Rusev, but you've had the heel go over twice, so if they were going to go for a third match, you'd think Swagger would win that, but I don't know. That's why I thought it'd make it interesting if Swagger won this match, but I can completely understand why Rusev won. If I made a prediction show, I would have said Rusev would win this match. It was decent for what it was. I was more engaged in it than I thought I'd be, so I guess that's a plus. AJ versus Paige, better. It was better than the Battleground match, which it seems like WWE wanted us to forget that match ever took place. It was better. I don't think it was amazing. I know a lot of people are making out that it was a real sexy bit where Paige got on top of AJ. Let's have it right. First of all, AJ looks about 12. And I do have a weird sort of, I kind of would hit Paige type of thing. But I know it's a weird thing. Because if you analyse Paige just as she stands, no. There's nothing about her I should really like. She's pale, she's skinny, she's got no shape. For some stupid reason, there is something I like about her. I don't know. God help me, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, what was interesting about this, Paige won with a new move. I think it was called the fuck did Michael Cole say it was called? Essentially, it was a DDT. Good match though, especially because good match in the sense that I liked the ending. It looked like AJ was going to take it from nowhere, put her in the Black Widow, and the only person that's countered the Black Widow successfully is Paige, and she did so again here. She kind of got powered out of it, and then turned it into her seems like her new move, called Paige I can't remember what the fuck Michael Cole called it. It's pissing me off, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm not going to remember. But it looks like we're kind of putting Paige Turner on. It's a shame, because I actually quite like the name of the move and the move itself. So I hope she doesn't get rid of it completely. But, I don't know. We'll see. Did I believe it was Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho? Better. A lot better. Arguably, not quite match of the night, but second match. I thought this was pretty good. Thought this would be second. I thought this was up there. It was pretty good. I thought it wasn't perfect. It didn't have everything. It was a bit slow in places, but the right person went over. Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3. Eerie promo at the end. I thought it was good. It's funny, you know, whenever they let Bray fight without his brothers alongside him, he seems to perform better. He seems to shine better. It's like when the Wyatt family are out there, it's like he's trying to remember all these spots of things that they all need to do, and it almost distracts him from his own performance. So it always seems a bit disjointed and fucked up. So I was almost thankful that they banned Luke Harper and Rowan from ringside, because then it focused on the person it needed to focus on, Bray. Crowd right behind him again. They weren't not behind Chris, but they were right behind him. Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3. Bray won. Match of the night came next. Well, I think it was next or before this. I can't remember the order. It was Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Good match. I say match of the night because I'll tell you why. First of all, let me say this. No match really was above maybe a B-, and this is what this got. It was a B- match. It was good, but the damn fucking stipulation stopped it from being that much better. It was on the verge of getting there, and every time I was on the verge of getting there, the fucking lumberjacks would interfere, and then it just became a clusterfuck. Yeah, and for that reason, although technically it was the in-ring match of the night, I enjoyed this match the least. Because I just thought to myself, It should have been, even if, I know I've heard people say, oh, well, it should have been for the briefcase. Dean Ambrose had a chance to pick the stipulation. Why the fuck would it not be for the briefcase? And I get that. But even if your entire focus, because let's be honest, he hasn't ever mentioned the briefcase. He hasn't ever mentioned wanting to be WWE champion. I know you might say, oh, well, that's the reason you're in WWE. Alright, but to be fair, his one goal has always been he wants to just lock him in and beat the shit out of him. Why the fuck would you not choose a steel cage match? Where you can just beat the fucking shit out of him. That's what pissed me the fuck off. Or have a full count anywhere match, or a hardcore match, or a street match. Something that would make somewhat modicum of sense. How does if I'm in a match where all I want to do is beat the shit out of someone, why the fuck would I put myself in a situation where I have 20 unpredictable elements surrounding the ring? Not only that, then you've got fucking Kane coming down, meaning to get a fucking pay-per-view payout day, coming down and interfering. Oh, annoyed the fuck out of me. But Seth won this. I thought the crowd helped this a lot. I think, to be honest, maybe I'm being a bit generous calling it the match of the night, because I thought the crowd would bang into this, as you knew they would be. Seth went over here, probably the right decision. It would have been something I would have predicted had I done a video. I do think Dean Ambrose does need a signature win, but I think that can also wait, because it wasn't a clean victory, so you can make an argument that, you know, Dean Ambrose hasn't lost definitively. It just was unlucky, and you could spill this out into another match. It was a good match. I just felt like I felt like the stipulation held it from being so much better. They may as well have made it a normal match, because it just felt unnecessary. Just felt like the complete opposite stipulation you should put in a match like this. It was just dumb. Then probably your headline matches were next. Stephanie versus Brie Bella. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. You're fucking lying if you said this was just as shit as you thought it'd be. It was, even if it was a little bit, it was a little bit better than you thought it was going to be. I'll admit it. I'm a big advocate of this feud, as you know. But I never thought the match would be good. I thought it would be an absolute car crash. I thought it would be rivaling Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler type car crash. And let's be honest, it wasn't that. It was decent. You could tell Hunter's been teaching fucking Stephanie some moves. Now, whether that's in the bedroom or out the bedroom, who knows? But she did well in this match. Dare I say, outperformed Brie Bella. I thought she did really well in this match. Could everyone see this the finish coming? Of course. Fuck. If I did a prediction show, I would have said the exact same thing. Obviously, Nikki Bella's gonna come out. Obviously, she's gonna turn on her sister and cost her the match. That's exactly what happened. She came out, but she didn't do shit. Even though she saw, they timed that so fucking wrong. It would have been more of a surprise if Hunter came out, did what the fuck she did. Brie then did her flying drop kick on Hunter. Then fucking Nikki ran out. And then at that point, it would have had a little bit more suspense. But the fact they did it the way they did it, I don't know. I thought they telegraphed the end to me. It kind of left me a little bit, yeah. But all's well that ends well, in the sense that, you know, the right person went over, just because I think it would get the maximum heat. Then we spill off Brie and Nikki to do their thing, still get maximum heat on Stephanie. Right person went over. Just full stop. Right person went over. in a match that, to tell you the truth, I didn't watch a lot of. I've not been interested in this feud. I've just not been. I'm losing a lot of interest in Roman Reigns' character, just because, for me, they're booking him way too strong. And people are really starting to identify him with John Cena. And WWE think that's a good thing. That ain't a fucking good thing, bro. That ain't a good thing. Yeah, people do not like John Cena. You're trying to get this motherfucker over. At least John Cena is over before he's hated. And I've not been, I just wasn't interested in this at all whatsoever. But Spear, I mean, the best bit about this, I guess, was Orton did one massive RKO that connected proper good. It was a nice little spot, and Roman Reigns kicked out of it, and everyone was genuinely shocked. Like, what the fuck? Spear 1, 2, 3. I'm just not interested in the feud. But it was what it was. And then in your main fucking events, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Brock Lesnar, that'd probably be a more interesting match. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, the money match. Well, the right person went over. That's all I can pretty much say. It was unusual. I didn't particularly like the way the match started. The first 30 to 45 seconds, Brock Lesnar gave him an F5, which he kicked out of, and I was just like, huh? Anyone who thought ahead of time this match was going to be as good as the Extreme Rules match, crazy. It was never going to be that, because first of all, you weren't going to get blood in this match. Second of all, you weren't going to get the intensity, and you weren't going to get, people had forgotten. You'd had a new audience from the last time Brock Lesnar and Cena stepped in before 2012. So that's why the 2012 match felt special, because A, it was a completely different style to anything we'd seen in the WWE for a while, and B, it was a compelling match. This one wasn't as compelling. This one was more curious. I think people thought, okay, what's going to happen here? What's realistically going to happen here? To be fair, you had to legitimize the reason. You had to legitimize the man that broke the streak. I've never agreed with him breaking the streak, and I probably never will. That if you're going to make someone break the streak as they decided to do, you have to legitimize him. And the one thing you don't do is, the first time he has a real challenge since breaking the streak, you make him lose. It just wouldn't make fucking sense. So that's why he had to go over here. I actually expect him, in spite of the part-time schedule, to have a very long title reign for a part-time scheduler. I know that's going to piss people off, but I think you have to legitimize it, and I think you have to keep going. You have to keep going and legitimize it. Now, cynical people will say, well, they've done this because they want people to sign up to the WWE Network. Make no fucking bones about it. What do you think Hulk Hogan was out there for? Everything they do for the foreseeable future is for the WWE Network. But the one thing that it did show is that at least they're somewhat forward thinking, in the sense that they can't just keep having John Cena go over these stupid hurdles. Brock Lesnar literally beat the fucking shit out of him 97%, if not 99% of this match. John Cena, being the wonderful psychologist that he is, every time he was supposedly had nothing left, the motherfucker kept springing into life like he hadn't been beaten down this entire fucking time. The guy's in-ring psychology is the worst I have ever seen. It's the worst I have ever seen. Be slow. You've just been beaten down the entire match. Don't be as fresh as a daisy. Start throwing him into the corner and beating him down like nothing has happened to you throughout the entire fucking match. I thought this was alright at best. But at least the right person went over. For the entire show, for the right people going over, for 3 title changes, I would give this show a C. Not fantastic, but probably not the worst show you're ever going to see this year, or have seen this year. Please do subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you thought of SummerSlam and some of the matches that we saw. As you can tell, I'm a bit like, Alright, take care, I'll be back tomorrow for a Raw review. Take care, peace!